Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Sounding a lot better this week, Nelson.
Yes,
Sounding full of gusto and life.
that's true. We were all better.
Yes, yeah. I have a lingering cough. I'll say that right now, just in case
Yeah,
I cough on this podcast. I hate it when people cough on podcasts.
yeah.
Like, I find it pretty obnoxious. So I will try and lean right back if that happens, but
Okay.
flag it right now just in case.
You
Because
do.
there might be people like me that also hate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the podcast for them,
Yeah, that's true.
really. If you
That's true.
have the people that hate that, hate any sort of discrepancies in a podcast at all.
Yeah. And you know what else I noticed? Sometimes, because I used to always say, what's up, Nelson? But then we found it was like a handbrake to the show.
Yep.
And then I've been saying, we're back, Nelson. Well, here we are again. And then I realized that what I'm doing is the equivalent to something I hate,
Yeah.
which is when you watch a YouTube video
Yeah.
and the person always goes, hi, I'm just back in another video. And you're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
That's true.
And I realized that I've been doing that every week. So I apologize. And I'll
Oh.
try and not say that anymore.
I didn't think about that until you brought it up. Now I'm really annoyed that you've done it.
You're
for so long.
retroactively
Yeah.
annoyed at me.
Like, ugh. You're like one of those YouTube
Yeah.
people.
Now,
Ugh.
in hindsight, can't believe you did that.
Yeah. Could I give you, how about I start a show, Kembo,
Please.
with a little anecdote.
Sure.
It was something that happened to me, I think it was yesterday.
Nelson, the less I have to do, the better.
Okay, good. That's good because my podnapping segment is me just telling a story.
Okay,
So-
great.
Good.
Fans of Nelson you're in for a treat this week. It'll be mainly Nelson.
Yeah. So yesterday I bought some chips.
Yep. Does this anecdote get better?
No, it's pretty much, it starts at me getting chips.
Yep.
And it's just pretty much,
Yeah.
that's the height of it.
Yeah, and then it's just your day verbatim.
Yeah. And then
So potato chips?
yes. Fries, some would call them.
Okay, so they're
Like
hot
idiots.
chips.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to translate for our
And,
American friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. You said potato chips. They're not potato chips.
Right, yeah.
in-
Hot like fries or
They are
hot chips.
potato chips. But
I think everyone now knows what you're talking about.
yes, fries.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, and this guy who, and I'm still sort of feeling a little bit sick at this stage, right? And so I'm just kind of want to get my chips.
Yep.
Go back home.
Yep.
Eat my food and just be done with
Yeah.
life.
We have a fish and chip store downstairs. I'm assuming that's or in America they call them fish and
Yes.
fries stores.
What?
No, I'm
Oh
joking.
my god! I feel like they don't have fish and chips places in America,
Not. I don't think
It's
they
not that
do
common.
in the way that we have them. Like,
which is everywhere.
yeah,
And owned by Asian people. I don't know how that became a thing.
that's true. They are almost exclusively.
Actually,
owned
no,
by-
the one downstairs isn't. So,
Well,
we don't know.
We'll fix that.
yeah. Oh no, actually, I think it is.
Oh.
I take that back. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, my story is getting worse and worse as we
Sure.
go on.
You had your hot fries
I'm up fries
and chips.
and this guy, this weird dude in the building that I've seen before. He's one of those people that is a starer, not in kind of like a weird way. It's like, you know how maybe you just start staring at somebody and you're like, oh, like they've got, I don't know, weird, like I wonder where they got that jumper from. It's
sure.
an interesting jumper. And then they look at you and you go, oh, and you kind of just avert your gaze.
Right. Yeah.
He's somebody that will just continue to stare.
He doesn't break a stare.
Doesn't break a stare.
Okay.
Everybody stares, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you got to break the stare.
Yeah, because you have to, and this is a rule, pretend
Yeah.
you are looking around at different points every
Yeah.
3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And they happen to cross your eye line
Yeah.
at the point that you happen to be looking at them.
Exactly.
You know, because does anyone ever just look around at different focal points every few seconds ever?
Yeah.
Other than when they're pretending that they're not staring?
I always like when I'm in a lift, I always look to the little symbol, like the digital symbol that shows we're going up.
Right.
like I wasn't sure whether we were still going up or not. And, just like 3, 4, 5. Yep, still going.
Yep,
Cool.
What's important to note, I'm not looking at you who was in the elevator with me.
Yeah.
But if you're the only one in the elevator, are you looking around?
I'm not looking. We have in our elevators
Mirrored,
mirrors,
yeah.
so
I don't like it.
I'm checking myself out.
No, I don't like it because often I have to go downstairs early in the morning or something like that. Sometimes I give myself a fright. Doors open, like, oh boy, I'm really stepping out like this, huh?
Oh, okay.
What am I going to do? Turn around? I don't think so.
I'm already out the door. Anyway, this guy says to me,
Yeah.
he's staring at me for a while and he's getting awkward. And I'm kind of now giving him like a knowing, like, okay, what you staring at? Kind of still with a bit of a smile. My eyes are kind of smiling a little bit, but they're curious, you know?
Right.
And he says, have you heard about the chip tax? Have to give a chip to the people that you share the elevator ride with.
And were you like, has this gone into law yet, or is this still?
And I went,
taxes often have to go through a bunch of legislation.
Yeah.
And I for one didn't hear about this.
Pretty sure I wouldn't have voted that in. No. So I laugh. Yeah. Didn't say anything else. This on the outside of the elevator. Then we get in, and the doors close, and there's like sort of awkward moment where it starts to take off, and he goes, "So about that chip tax," and it just kind of got really awkward because I was like, I don't want to give him a chip. It's a weird circumstance.
You know what we should have done? This would have been a
this.
great power play on your behalf.
Yeah.
Outside the elevator.
Yeah.
He said, "Did you hear about the chip tax? You got to give a chip to whoever you share the elevator with." And then the lift arrives.
Yeah.
And you go, "You get this one. I'll get the next one."
No. Why didn't I do that? You always think of the right response after it happens. Yeah. And it was just a really awkward ride because I was like, well, I know you're joking, but are you?
Yeah.
And you've made this awkward because you mentioned it one too many times.
Yeah, the second time he said it, he wanted it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that he did actually want a chip.
Yeah.
And there was no way in hell I was giving it to him. I don't know.
So did he end up getting the chip?
Didn't get a chip?
Yeah, great.
Didn't get a chip. Nope, I held my ground.
Yeah,
I just laughed again awkwardly. And then that was it.
Yeah, you should have played it completely straight. Like, no, seriously, I haven't heard about what party voted this in.
And then when he goes, oh no, I was just joking. I go,
oh, so you don't want a chip?
Oh. Funny. Anyway, Cambo, let's get into Reddit. That's what this podcast's about.
Yes.
Not my chip story. Or it could be. Want to talk another 45 minutes about chips?
No.
Okay. Cambo, I was excited just yesterday or maybe the day before when I saw our good friend Makita 2 has posted another of his witty posts. This one was in the 6 Perks subreddit. He can't count to 6.
That's not the first problem we've had.
Yeah, not
with the material provided by this individual.
Might not be the last either.
No.
And so in this one, he said duo superpowers. You get one power, and your romantic partner or best friend gets the other.
What if they're both?
Pick one.
I've revealed too much now.
Pair. Oh no! Wait, am I your best friend?
Yes.
Oh.
Am I not your best friend? Oh no. Is it Glenn?
Yes, but you also said that they could be both.
I was implying, Nelson, that we sleep together.
Yeah, I know. But I don't remember these things. Anyway, here's so I obviously read the first one and I thought, no, I'm not gonna spoil this for myself.
Oh good. I look forward to this going steadily off the rails.
So
you can smell through time is ringing through my head.
It's so good. That was so good. I'm hoping for a zinger like that again. Okay. The first one is Batman and Superman.
So one of us picks, and then the other person gets the are the power. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah, we're sort of maybe picking as a
Right.
as-
So we
as a pair of
decide
something.
who is the Batman, who's the Superman.
Who's who. Yeah.
Right.
Again, you become a genius with a mastery in several martial arts and a perfectly fit body that would otherwise take you 3 years of daily exercise to achieve. While your partner gains the power to fly at super speed, shoot intense lasers out of their eyes, have freeze breath, and superhuman durability. Neither of you are rich, however. Okay.
Okay. Well then.
It's kind of a sucky one for
Yeah,
Batman,
yeah,
whose
Superman,
main power is wealth.
Yeah. That the question is then, which one of us gets Superman's powers? Because that's the good one.
Yeah, that's...
So do you want to read through them all? Like, are we picking which two?
I think we should.
Okay, yep.
I think I'll read through... Well, there's a lot. You know what? If you have something to say, I think you should say it now.
I was going to say we love a loophole. So
No.
it says you're not rich.
Yeah.
But if you have the powers of Superman and
Yeah.
the genius of Batman, you can market Superman and become rich.
That's true,
Yeah, okay.
actually. Yeah. All right.
So
So,
money-
we've got the money.
Money, not a problem. Give us 18 months to get us probably up and running.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Got a marketing campaign that we need to start. Ant-Man and the Wasp. You have the power to shrink while retaining the same speed and mass as normal. And your partner has the power to grow big while multiplying their strength, durability, and power. I've just realized he's just sort of naming what the superheroes do.
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping there might be like
More conditions or something?
Yeah, more conditions
Right.
of the duo part of
And
it.
here's what I'm finding, and I'm not overly familiar with Ant-Man and the Wasp
Yeah.
beyond the movies, really.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that Ant-Man can go both ways, but the Wasp only one way.
Oh.
Does she? I guess she has wings, so she can kind of fly, but only when she's small.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I feel like that's a disproportionate.
Okay.
I mean, so is being a buff guy and being Superman. I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be tough to beat Superman,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Okay. Wolverine and Deadpool.
Mhm.
You have retractable, indestructible knuckle claws,
Yep.
rapid healing, and are immune to physical pain. While your partner never ages, has super agility, is good with guns, and are extremely hard to kill.
Yeah. Here's something I will point out.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, the Wolverine claws would be cool.
Yep.
But they hurt when they come out. And there's even a line in the original X-Men movie. She says, do they hurt? He says, every time.
Oh.
People don't think about that.
Yeah, but I think you get used to it. It's
Maybe.
like, you know,
Like giving
the
blood
guy,
or something. You're like, oh, okay,
the guy,
done.
the guy who does the interviews for Hot Ones.
Oh, yeah, Sean Evans,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like the chili doesn't even bother him in the end. He just eats all of them.
That's true.
So I think it's the same sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, does Wolverine say it in the last movie?
He says it in the first X-Men movie, which
So
chronologically is like right in the middle of the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of prequels now.
But he doesn't say it in Wolverine, the last movie that he did.
Logan.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So
Imagine, because he's quite old and tired in that movie. Imagine if every time that came out, he's like, ooh, ouchie, ouchie, ouchie.
and they just sort of slowly.
They're kind of rusty and creaky.
Why is he taking them out if it hurts so much? It's his own fault, really.
Yeah. You'd only really take them out when you absolutely need to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he's like opening beer bottles with them and stuff.
yeah,
Just
that's
use an
true.
opener. If someone's attacking you and you fear for your life, get him out, sure.
Yeah, okay.
But don't get them out
I mean,
on a whim.
It's pretty annoying if you can't find a bottle opener, though. That is probably the most frustrating thing in the world, when you can't find a bottle opener and you need to open a bottle.
But the thing is, if you had the ability to just split your skin open and have a claw come out,
Yeah.
you'd never even bother looking for a bottle opener. It's
Yeah.
like, hang on. Oh,
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, it's back in.
Oh, it's on the way in as well. Oh, man, that sucks.
You'd never even buy one.
I wouldn't buy knives either. Okay. Captain America and Iron Man. You get a cool $30 million cybernetic suit you can fly in, avoid heavy damage in, and shoot ballistics out of. And your partner gets a super fit body with peak athleticism that also ages twice as slowly as normal people. You have nearly infinite suits, but can only get them one at a time. Okay, I'm actually glad he put that caveat at the end, because I was like, Tony Stark's, judging by the movies, goes through his suits like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So It's like he gets in one fight and then that's a broken suit.
Yeah.
Wasteful, really.
Did it say that we don't have the Tony Stark money?
Didn't say we don't
Idiots.
have money. Oh well, yeah, I guess left it out. So loophole. We do have the $30 million cybernetic suit
Sell
and
that.
also $50 billion. Yeah, I would want the intelligence of Tony Stark. Don't have that.
I want
That's
the
a problem.
goatee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't get that. It's not part of it.
Not with my salary.
Okay. Thing and torch.
Yep.
And in brackets it says choice.
Okay.
One of you becomes super strong and super durable, but has rocky orange skin. And the other can fly around while on fire and have immunity to heat damage, but can only fly when naked since no clothes owned will be fireproof.
Okay.
Why does that one have in brackets choice next to it?
Yeah, aren't they all choices?
They're all choices. Okay, this next one.
Unless he's saying it in that way that's really outdated, like choice.
Choice, bro. Okay, here's the next one. Also, in brackets, choice.
Okay.
Fantastic and invisible.
Yep.
One of you gets the power to become super stretchy, along with a genius IQ of 170.
He's also rich.
While the money.
He owns the Baxter Building in New York.
Yeah.
That's a pretty rich guy.
While the other gets psychic, force field, and telekinesis powers, along with the ability to turn invisible at will. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Her invisibility, much like Johnny's fire thing, I think.
Kind of close.
Yeah.
Yep. But not in this one.
Cool.
So it's fine.
Sweet.
Another loophole. See, he's got the geniusness in that one.
Yep.
It's good. Okay. Thor and Hulk. You get to control the power of electricity and lightning and become immune to all of its hazards while also having superhuman strength and a powerful hammer, while your partner can grow into an indestructible, super strong green giant when angered, but their intelligence also cuts in half while in this state.
Okay.
Pass. I don't like anything about that one. Unless electricians get paid pretty good money. If you were an electrician that could just totally ignore safety standards, you'd probably be desirable.
I think if you were Thor and you could control the weather to make it quite stormy and thundery, there's a business here in extorting towns.
Yeah.
Like, you want the weather to be good again? Better pay me $25,000. It's going to be storming every day.
Or just brides.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's good.
I'll make it rain on your wedding day.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want the Thor insurance of clear skies?
Yeah.
It's like a mobster racket.
Yeah. You can earn so much money. People charge so much for weddings, for just like flower arrangements and stuff.
Yeah,
people would pay so much money if you could control the weather.
Because you drop $1,500 for it not to rain on your wedding, and you're doing that several weddings a day.
Way more. I reckon people would pay tens of thousands of dollars.
If you're going the high-end weddings.
Yeah. Well, people spend tons of money on a wedding they can't afford anyway. So
I guess I'm thinking it through my perspective on a wedding, which is like, I just do whatever.
I think what's funny
I'd
is
get married for $200.
You think you'll $1,500 will be expensive in a wedding.
Well, no,
you wait till you get married, Cambo.
No, see, I was putting it at the level of like a videographer or a photographer. They're normally like $1,500, $2,000.
Okay.
I was putting it at that service level, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like an add-on. It's like, and then you can get some photos, and then Thor will make sure there's no thunder.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but you're thinking far more extortionate than that.
No. People will pay so much money if you get. You could have. There'd be a much bigger market for winter weddings because people don't want it to rain in winter. You can just stop that.
That's true.
Can you stop it, or can
I don't know.
Can you just make it? Is it more blackmail?
Yeah. I think it's seasonal. He has to do it in summer.
so he's like, look, I won't make it rain on your wedding day, but it might anyway.
I can't be charged for that. But what he does is he goes during summer on bright wedding days and goes, look, it's not scheduled to rain, but unless you pay me some sweet coin right now, I will make it thundery and lightning everywhere and rain.
Okay. Yeah. It totally changes the game when he actually can't control if it does.
Yeah, we're thinking of Storm from the X-Men.
Yeah. But what if he just made it really stormy, like a few kilometers another direction? Surely it like pulls in.
That's
Nah,
true.
Doesn't work. I don't know. Okay. Spider-Man and Daredevil. You get the power of a spider with super agility, superhuman strength, and the ability to skillfully use web shooters attached to your wrists.
Yeah, that's the better one.
While your partner gets 4 out of 5 of their senses enhanced to superhuman levels, as well as incredible fighting ability and skill, but has their eyesight reduced to the point that they're legally blind.
Look, I love the character of Daredevil, but it's not a superpower I want.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No.
How are you going to watch more superhero films?
Yeah. It's like being like, do you want the powers of Charles Xavier? You will be crippled.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I want the powers. I don't want the bad bit.
Yeah.
Like if you get the powers of Batman, are your parents dead?
Oh.
This is the question.
Yeah, that's true.
Because otherwise it's really mean to be like, you can have all the stuff of Batman without any of the downside. But if you pick Daredevil, you are blind, obviously.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, let's find out for this one. Professor X and Magneto.
Okay. Oh yeah.
One of you gets the power to control any metal using metallokinesis. Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
Okay. While the other gets powerful psychic abilities to read others' minds and implant subtle suggestions into their head to slightly control or manipulate them.
No wheelchair.
No wheelchair.
This is crazy. Why are they picking on Daredevil?
That's so mean.
Yeah, Daredevil, like, and obviously you have no sight and you're a dickhead. Why'd you add the dickhead bit in?
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yep.
You will have super speed, super durable bones and muscles, so you don't hurt yourself while sprinting. And near infinite stamina, while your partner will have powerful magic witch-like powers and the ability to levitate but not fly, meaning you can only hover and up or down, not forwards and backwards. That's boring. Okay. The Wonder Twins.
Okay.
In brackets, gag power. Okay. Just in case you weren't sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, what? I mean, I guess you'll read them, but I'm trying to remember their powers. I think one of them like transforms into stuff or something.
You can transform into water. In brackets, not control water. Merely transform into it.
Still ruin a wedding.
While you're... That's true.
Yeah. We've found our angle.
Okay. You just like run down the aisle, sprint at the bride, and turn into water just at the last second.
Unless they pay you $20,000. And then they're like, well, we'll keep you out of the wedding. Good luck. I'll be in the pond before you get there, mate.
I'm planning to have jugs of water on the table, were you?
Ooh, it's a nice water feature going on in the background there at this stately manor. And
your partner can shapeshift into any animal or non-sentient living creature and will also become indestructible while in that form. Okay. Right. I mean, I guess you could destroy the wedding as an animal.
Yeah, if a bear comes barging in, it's like a scene out of The Revenant. And then they're wet.
Squirrel Girl and Dr. Manhattan. And this one has, in brackets, mixed bag power.
Yeah, that really is.
You get the power to talk to and befriend squirrels, while your partner, if female, glows a radioactive blue, becomes immortal and immune to physical pain, and gains the power to control and manipulate matter, both their own and others, but cannot enhance or improve the matter of living things, like granting others superpowers. Okay. I mean, I think you'd be great with squirrels, Cambo.
Because in the Watchmen comic, Dr. Manhattan does talk about turning air into gold.
Oh.
But it's saying if you can't, is it saying you can't enhance?
Hey, you want this
just
wedding to
other
go
people?
swell, or do I need to turn the air to gold around you?
I can either, here's the thing, I can either disintegrate the groom, That's something I can do. Also, you'll be swarmed by squirrels. That's gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
But mainly, your husband will cease to be.
Yeah. I mean, lots of options here.
Yeah, let's go that one. Let's go the last one.
Okay.
Because we can make some serious wedding money out of that one.
Oh yeah, it's begging for us to make money out of one. Okay. That was a really long one.
That was a really long one. We need to speed through the next couple of segments, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And also, just explain the powers of what people that he had. I feel like is there a duo that you think would be fun?
I mean, I kind of like the last duo just because it reminds me of the Mitchell and Webb sketch.
Yeah.
BMX Bandit and Angel Summoner.
Yeah.
Where one of them is good at BMX, but the other one can summon a horde of angels. And it always just ends up being, well, I'll just summon a horde of angels to deal with it.
And I like how the BMX Bandit is like, what I'll do is I'll sneak around here and I'll go down this dip and jump on board the ship. And he's like, all right, I could just summon the angels again.
So I like that aspect of the Squirrel Girl and Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. But one day, this is what happens. One day, you need the squirrels.
That's true. Yeah. One day.
Dr. Manhattan couldn't do anything. Yeah. Anywho, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Stewieman X378. A wizard is selling potions, but the good ones are all too expensive. Which potions would you find in the discount bin?
Okay. Well, this I would say goes a little more into you because the other one was very much in my territory. I think superheroes and comic books.
Yeah.
But this is a little more D&D skewed, which you do a lot more of.
No, I don't.
What's a common potion?
Well, I think I could ask you the same question. What's the common potion? People are like, I want a potion for.
Okay, so it's just a Deus Ex Machina kind of thing. Like what even it?
It's anything.
Right.
But see, I think there is an answer to that. I think most people want a love potion more than anything.
That's true.
Yeah. That's not even D&D. That's like
the song.
fairy tale
Love
or
Potion
something.
number 9 or whatever it was called.
Yeah. So
okay, so the Love Potion's the expensive one because they sell it to weddings.
yeah.
Right, okay.
That's true.
What's at the bottom of the barrel?
So yeah, okay. Yep.
It would be things like a potion that you put on your clothes so you don't, like, if you've got a pair of socks, like they'll stay together. Like you won't lose one of the socks.
Okay, don't
and
lose
you're like,
a set.
Oh, that's handy.
I like
that.
that.
It's not a big deal because like socks are cheap.
Yeah.
But if this is, only a couple of bucks for this potion, I'd chuck it on my socks.
Yeah.
Like the socks still wear out like normal socks, but you just always have a pair.
But you just always got the pair.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I hate losing one sock. It seems like I feel like the biggest failure when I've done that in life.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even keep 2 socks together. There's surely, like, how am I feeding myself?
Right. And then you realize you haven't eaten in 2 days.
Like, oh no.
Oh, boy. Oh, did I eat the sock? Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. Open up the fridge, the other socks in there, like, I should eat more. I'd find my socks. I think there would be maybe then in the discount bin, if you can't get a love potion, it's like the equivalent of, which I think maybe is like you drink it and you don't understand the concept of love anymore.
Okay, so it just makes you numb to the feeling.
You don't feel like you're ever missing out because to you it just doesn't exist.
So it's a potion in which you become an empty husk of a person emotionally.
Yeah.
Because I would say that love
so.
feeds into a lot of things, like your hobbies.
Yeah.
I would say your hobbies have love in them.
That's true.
And you'd be like, I got no hobbies anymore.
Got none of that.
I'm going to throw out these bunch of stamps I have. I used to think they were a stamp collection. Now I just see it's garbage in a book.
No, I think those people don't experience love.
Well, do you think the bargain bin version of a love potion would be just get their attention for a second potion.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, I would really like them to notice me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't make them fall in love, but I'll get their attention for a second, and they'll kind of look up and smile at you, and you've got a chance to be like, oh hi, hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's up to you completely after that.
And then you sneeze and you got booger hanging out of your face. Oh no, the one time they paid attention to me. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, really, if you look at the where love potion has been used in any sort of media, the problem is that the potion is normally you give it to somebody, and then the first person they see.
Yeah, that seems like it's
already like a bargain bin kind of potion. I don't want that risk.
Because you can't, because normally this is like, princesses and they're in castles and stuff like that. So you would think the person to slip them would be like a hand servant.
Yeah.
And you're really running the risk that the person falls in love with the person that gave them the potion.
Yeah, that's right. Do you reckon you could use just multiple love potions on somebody? But then you're risking them cheating. That's not that good. If you like use it once, then the hand servant, they fall in love with the hand servant. You're like, oops.
Yeah.
I'll have another one. And now I'm around for this time. But she's sneaking off occasionally to go to the hand servant because she loves him too.
And that's the problem is it becomes a real easy out for infidelity.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you sleep with Larry for? Yeah, he love potioned me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I love potioned you. You what? Oh, nothing.
Oh, man.
Because you can't even be mad at Larry because he just did what you did.
Yeah. They should
It's like a
make
weird
some laws about
It's like a weird fantasy roofie.
Yeah.
I don't like
I think it is. It seems so whimsical.
Yeah, no.
But now, because it's normally
it's
like
a date rape potion.
Yeah.
Emotionally,
everything. You can get married to. Imagine if a roofie where the person wants to get married to.
Jesus,
that's wrong.
Yeah,
it's wrong. Also, I feel like potion of flying is also probably a pretty common one.
Yeah, that's true.
You could just have potion of hovering a bit.
Yeah. You just kind of hover a couple of feet off the ground for a few minutes.
Yeah,
it's cool. It'd be good, like if you got like some clean shoes, and you have to go through like a muddy thing to get. Say you got a wedding reception on a farm.
Yeah,
and
there we go as well.
and Thor's come along, made it rain. So you need to get into the reception area, but you have to walk through a muddy field. Hover over it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's true.
Tying them all together, Nelson. That's my thing this episode.
Should have paid off Thor.
That was very reasonable. $1,500.
Yeah. Okay, I have another one here.
Okay.
This is by Spalding174. What's something that you like but hate the fan base?
Oh, most things.
Okay. Actually, wait, have we had this on before? I've definitely read this on Reddit before.
Okay.
But I don't know if we've done it on the podcast. Let's say no.
I think maybe, I don't think we've had this specifically before, but I think maybe we've both said that we quite like Rick and Morty. But not so much the fan base of Rick and Morty.
Or also the writer. Not necessarily. But all I'm saying is Dan Harmon is very crazy man.
Yeah.
He's a very crazy alcoholic man.
Yeah. But we both really like that show.
Yeah.
Another one is Star Wars. I quite like Star Wars, but oh man, the fans are tiring.
Yeah.
Because everything's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Despite it's like the series that they really like, everything's wrong. I actually think because we're both fans of the Marvel movies, the fan base isn't too bad for that.
Yeah, actually, I agree.
It'll get bad. Like, give it a couple of years and it'll get bad because nothing's as good as Endgame and all that kind of stuff.
I reckon it started not great because the fan base were comic book fans.
Yeah,
that's what really like Iron Man 1. That's who the fan base was, and then because the movies were really so great, it kind of fostered this new fan base that just liked the movies. Yeah. And there was like no real understanding of the comic books. There's maybe like a little bit of crossover, or there'd be people like me that use you as a bit of like background to be like, oh, like tell me about this guy or something that I know is coming up in the universe. But Yeah, I reckon that shifted. It could have been a bad one, and then it just became good. And yeah, that's true. That's a pretty solid one.
Yeah, and so I don't mind that fan base, but yeah, Rick and Morty fans I don't love. Everyone just shouts Pickle Rick all the time, and
Yeah, I know.
says Szechuan sauce.
Yeah. And I think, I was watching Rick and Morty again the other day, and I think that the Pickle Rick episode
is bad.
One of the worst.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you.
It's really not, and that definitely shines a light on the fan base. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you get around
like-
shouting the worst episode, you're not the best.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to think the fan base for Doctor Who was okay, but then there was that female doctor, and they all lost their minds. So maybe it's not as good as I thought.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I don't care for that anymore.
I think we're both proponents of just like what you like and like it at the level that you like it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be a huge comic book guy to watch the Marvel movies. You don't have to know all the lore of the extended universe of Star Wars to enjoy the Star Wars. Just like whatever. And
I think
if you don't like a Star Wars movie, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
I think the problem is what I found, because mine is very much like gamers.
Yeah.
And that version of nerd. And I think I've said it on the show before. Like when I volunteered at PAX, the Penny Arcade Expo, in Australia, I really like that. I mean, it's a video game convention. It's like, or gaming in general kind of convention.
Yeah.
It's all stuff that I love, but I do not get along with those, that sort of genre of people. I'm still considering going back this year and volunteering, but, because I'm like, well, maybe I just got with a group of people that I wasn't really, fond of. But I think there is like, they are too nerdy for me. They're like far too intense.
Right.
And so I think the downside of that is I find it hard to make friends with people that have the same interests of me, because in general that, that's probably not like do you call it a fan? Oh yeah, I suppose fan of gaming or something. Yeah. That fan base is not for me. It's just it's harder for me to make friends with those people that share the same interests.
I would say we both have the same kind of fandom in us, which is we like things, but we never hold anything as precious.
Yeah.
So like we can call out when things aren't great. I think there is a kind of fan base that is like so rabidly devoted to something.
Yeah.
That nothing about it can be bad, or nothing about it can be imperfect or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Whereas we're like, oh, who cares? That one's kind of shit, but that one's all right, and it's all kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I like it, so who cares?
Yeah.
And then I think there are people that really disagree with us on that, being like, no, Star Wars is perfect.
Yeah.
And it's The Last Jedi that's wrong. Or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And, who cares?
Yeah, that's right.
And I think, to credit to the people that listen to this show, do nothing but trash this show.
Yeah.
So I think they're on the same level as us.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, boys, you're both dickheads and the show's bad. Here's a question for you, dumb thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, all right.
That's true. You get us.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get us. Another one that I have actually is I watch a Twitch streamer called Admiral Bulldog. He plays Dota 2. And his fan base is known throughout the Dota community as just being the worst. Oh. And they're the type of people that say there's emotes and stuff that they say, which is like Kappa or dance game and or these things that I don't even really understand. I watch you stream a lot and I still don't understand the context of a lot of this stuff. But it's like when people go around and it's like if people went around and were like smiley face, angry emote, stuff like that. And they just do this in real life, and they're just the worst. They're the worst people ever, and I hate them. But I find him quite entertaining, so I watch it. So basically, all I'm saying is I'm just not going to have any friends that like the same stuff as me. That's what I'm doomed with.
That's a good rule to have.
Okay, good.
Common interests are a bad thing.
Okay, let's get into Today I Learned.
It's time for Today I Learned.
Today I learned.
Sorry, I went off a little bit early on that one.
You bloody idiot. It's what she said. Ayo. I mean, what you said to her. Ayo.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
For the sake of moving on, I will allow it.
Okay, good. This Today I Learned is by Tokyo, no. Today I learned that actor Kirk Douglas once tried to commit suicide after his stroke by shooting himself through the mouth. However, the gun hit a tooth and it hurt so much that he stopped completely. He was then so amused that toothache had stopped him from killing himself that he decided to live.
Wow. That's pretty depressing.
It's depressing. It's very interesting.
I know you don't know the answer to this, but do you know how long ago this was? After his stroke. When did he have a stroke?
No idea.
Yeah. So Kirk Douglas amazingly is still alive. I think he's like 101, 102. Like he's properly old.
Yeah, yeah.
Every now and then they bring him out in public.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Because he is post-stroke 101.
Yeah.
They brought him out maybe 2 Oscars ago.
Yeah.
And I legitimately thought he was going to die on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
He looked terrified.
Yeah, yeah. Scary thing about stroke, hey?
But like that combined with like most people don't live that long either.
Yeah, yeah.
And then in the condition that he is in, and I know this is a really bad thing to say, but I don't like seeing him.
Yeah.
It makes me really sad.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see him.
Yeah.
Especially because Kirk Douglas in like Spartacus and in his prime, very handsome man.
Yeah, yeah.
And very charismatic man.
Mm.
And you're just like, oh man, age just ravages all of us.
Yeah.
Like it's a real reminder to be like, no matter what,
Yeah.
you're going to end up like this.
That was like, I once saw Muhammad Ali, who had very heavy onset. What do you have, Parkinson's?
He
Was it Parkinson's?
had, I think it was Parkinson's, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, he did.
because he
yeah.
shakes a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
That's and seeing him, you know, like hearing all about him, his whole life story, seeing those iconic interviews of him
Yeah.
being like talking himself up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, like
he was like the original arrogant sports star.
Yeah, that's right. And then seeing him just so defeated, it was like
Yeah.
super scary, a super scary moment. And yeah, you're right. Kind of puts into perspective your life, I guess.
Yeah. It's real humanizing where you're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
No matter what, we all end up like this.
We all gonna die. Although there is that we just recently made legal euthanasia in Victoria. Did you know?
I didn't. Oh, okay. That's quite interesting.
Not that long ago. It really
Yeah.
slipped under the
Do
radar.
both parties need to be into it, or can I euthanize someone?
You
and
can
be like,
euthanize
yeah,
someone.
Great.
It's fine. Yeah.
I euthanized them off the balcony. That's murder. I think you'll find I euthanized him.
Yeah. I've got this thing he signed.
Though there is also this always makes me kind of I'm gonna butcher this quote. Makes me kind of feel better about it. It's a quote by Mark Twain, in which he said, I do not fear death. I was dead for billions of years before I was alive, and it didn't seem to affect me at all.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like that afterwards. And I was like, that's kind of a weirdly nice way to be like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. That's
Like you had
true.
no consciousness, and
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that is more like, I'm not scared of the death part afterwards. I'm not scared of that at all.
Yeah, it's
definitely not.
It's the deteriorating.
Yeah. It's the slowly losing my mind part.
It's also like a real sentiment to like he wanted to kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wanted to die early, and now he's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Like he did the complete opposite of it.
Yeah.
He
might
lived
not
longer than
ever die.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have to pretend like you are going to die. Trick your body into lasting forever. I did think that this was actually probably an interesting sort of shining the light on depression a bit, and how depression really is an illness that society still doesn't quite see as an illness, right? And I feel like this is such a good example of that, because he obviously afterwards kind of thought that it was funny that a toothache stopped him from dying, and I think that it is kind of shows how frivolous depression is.
Yeah.
How like it's actually something that can go away, and And
Yeah, like there is an end to it,
yeah.
but it may not always seem that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like anything, disease-wise especially,
Yeah.
it can end you not treated, or it can
Yeah.
become better if it's treated.
Yeah. And I think
Or maybe
because I remember
maybe
seeing,
he just tried being happy, which I've heard is a
Yeah.
good thing to say to
That's
depressed people.
true.
Have you tried being happy?
The thing is, Campbell, some people haven't.
Yeah.
Because I saw a post actually on Reddit not that long ago, and it was about a guy that said something like, "Oh, I think if suicidal people want to end their lives, they should be allowed to," and
Right.
so then I think this story is like such a good highlight to the reason why, like, no, not really, because it can be such a fleeting thing.
Yeah.
You know what? Give everybody toothaches. I'm so depressed. Don't worry. I got the solution.
Flick. Ow! How'd you feel now? Actually, it's good.
Worse, so much worse. Oh God.
You'll thank me soon.
Yeah. Maybe it takes a little while to kick in, I hope. But yes. Interesting story, that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
All right, Cambo. We're going to speed this up. Let's get into shower thoughts.
Okay.
Shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, thoughts, thoughts.
This shower thought is by Lurking on Break. The internet has gotten dumber over time because it took stupid people longer to figure out how to use it.
I like that. Yeah.
Are you calling your mother an idiot, Cambo?
Well, but what I am thinking though is like in the early days of social medias and stuff like that, I think everyone pretty much got it, right?
Yeah.
And now that everyone's parents are on social media, like Facebook,
Yeah.
you'll put up a photo and then you'll have some auntie be like, "Tell your mum I said hi." Like that's not how
Yeah.
this works.
That's true. It just degraded just a little bit.
And that happened to the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Large.
That's true. Even I think like I feel like in the early days, just like pushing an agenda wasn't really a thing ever. I
it's true.
reckon,
Yeah.
it was kind of like,
It wasn't manipulated as like a tool.
yeah,
It was pretty pure.
like there were no, I don't remember until really semi-recently, like any anti-vaxxer things
Right. Yeah.
being prominent. It wasn't like you went to a website and then, people were like preaching this sort of stuff.
Or if they were harder to get to at least.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I think it was like kind of this thing though. They were just too stupid. Like those people, the people that are like anti-vaxxers, flat earthers, things like that. Like they are just inherently stupid people. There is no question about the fact that they are stupid people, right? And so I think that it is this sort of concept of like they didn't have an outlet because they weren't smart enough to use anything previously, and now it's just all so easy. Everybody got onto it pretty easily, and then now we just have to deal with idiots.
And there is an argument to be made about the algorithm as well, which is that like, say you're like, oh, what is this anti-vax thing? And you look up anti-vax. And if you watch the whole video, they're like, all right, well, Nelson was engaged by this anti-vax video. And what they start serving you up is more anti-vax stuff.
Yeah.
But then it does progressively get more and more hardcore. And they're saying that the algorithm, especially on things like YouTube with like conspiracy theories and stuff like that, actually worsens people because of it. So you'll end up being like, oh yeah, I heard this crazy Pizzagate thing, right? The Hillary Clinton conspiracy. And before long, you're down like rabbit holes of people trying to convince you.
Yeah.
And there are people that will start being like, oh, maybe there's something to this.
Yeah.
So it's also because that got smarter, people got dumber.
Yeah, that's true. I think actually I heard recently, I think maybe it was a Twitter thing that they actually stopped a hashtag that was called like vaccines cause autism or something like that. I think the creators of Twitter were just like, nope, can't use that anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Took a stance.
Yeah, it's good. I think that's maybe what, society needs to be more reliant on now.
Yeah.
Is just like businesses, these bigger corporations, just taking a stand and doing something. And I know there's like obviously the downside to that.
Yeah, like the agendas.
Yeah,
Like if they support one political person
yeah.
and there is a scandal about them, then they can be like, well, that's banned.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing.
But I think that they should do it to just these inherently very obvious stupid things that are irrelevant.
Right.
You know, to anyone, like the vaccines. And I don't even think that they have to shut down any anti-vax movement or anything. But if you just got rid of any conversation ever, I know you couldn't actually do this, but if you just tried to get rid of every conversation ever that says vaccines cause autism, which they definitely don't, right?
Yeah.
Then I think that the whole anti-vax movement would be far less impressive. Leave an impression on people because that's factually incorrect. So, and the same with like the flat Earth thing. I know that's not really harming anybody as much as saying that vaccines don't work, but if you just stop everybody from saying the Earth is flat because it's just so stupid, we don't need this.
It's kind of like I read somewhere the other day that the scientific consensus on climate change is nearly at 99% in agreement.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But when it's portrayed on a TV show, it's still one scientist versus one denier. So that's making it look like it's a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a scientist versus a guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, which also I find...
Again, that's like vaccines.
Yeah,
that's normally a scientist versus a parent.
So you're saying like that as an example.
Yeah.
People that are denying climate change, do you think that should be squashed down by things like an algorithm? Because it's potentially dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's like, I think you just have to, you probably can't squash like everything, right? Because you have to make sure that there isn't a company saying something like, oh God, I've no idea, but like, if there's somebody that's trying to push wind farms over a water turbine or something like that. And they're saying, oh, the wind farms are like better, more economical than the water turbines. And they're not because they're just trying to make money because that's the industry that they're in. I think you need to have an opposite conversation to that.
Right, okay.
So, and that's like, I'm just trying to think of like some sort of niche examples within there that need opposition.
Yeah.
I think the overall concept of denying climate changes should be kind of outridden, but you need you need some sort of resistance in there.
There's always exceptions to those rules, and there's always little pockets. That, all I'll say is this: if global warming, why is it so bloody cold in Melbourne? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I never thought about that. Yeah, it is pretty cold.
Yeah,
and
not
we're
freezing.
Meant to be getting warmer.
Not freezing, but pretty cold.
Yeah. Well, that's all I need.
Yeah. Turns out not true.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. This is by Swifter Sloth. Girls just get to hug everyone when greeting family and friends, and nobody cares. Guys have to have a mental battle whether hugging or shaking hands is more appropriate.
I think this is becoming less true though.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that like there's a truth to that, but that is very much steeped in the notion of like, you and I will shake hands. That's the manly thing to do.
Yeah.
But I hug everyone. Like I'm a hugger, I think. And
right. Yeah, but
like
yeah, okay.
But yeah, I guess this really comes down to first meetings, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
time.
Definitely. Like first time, but in a friendly circumstance. Because obviously, in a professional circumstance, we're always going to shake hands. And I think straight in for the hug and the butt grab.
Yeah.
And I think girls have a problem where I find, I am a victim, a perpetrator of,
the butt grab.
not going to shake women's hands.
Yeah.
I try to do it a lot more.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I think I do it 100% of the time now.
Right.
But I think previously, or there's still like this thing in my mind that was kind of like, oh, you don't shake women's hands. And I'm talking about in a professional sense. And so
It's so weird, isn't it?
but it is so weird. Like I can't believe that even exists in my
it's like,
mind as like a thought that
That's a guy. Shake his hand. It's a guy.
Yeah.
It's a girl. Give her a nod.
exactly. That's what makes it so awkward.
Yeah.
It's like, why aren't I shaking her hand in engagement?
It's
so
just a
strange.
dumb, antiquated
yeah
thing.
super old. But
Yeah.
That's right. It's like I don't know. It's just funny. But then in a friendship manner, it's always like I don't know whether to hug and kiss.
Yeah, that's
like,
true. In my friends,
Yeah.
I'll give everyone a hug. I think, right, guy or girl. I'm like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah.
And I'll give them a hug.
But meeting somebody for the first
meeting
time.
someone for the first time, yeah, it's a good question because I am inclined to hug a girl, but that's also because I'm a sex pest.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm always trying to give that love potion.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slip it into their mouth while you're hugging them.
No, but I am inclined to go and give a girl a hug,
Mm.
but shake the hand of a guy. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I would never hug a guy on first meeting them, but I would sometimes, like maybe 70% of the time, hug a girl meeting them in the first time.
That's
Otherwise,
interesting. I kind of want to know what people think of this, especially from a girl's perspective.
yeah.
Like, when casually meeting someone for the first time, do you prefer a hug or are you like, shake my hand like anyone else?
Yeah. Because that's true as well, because I think even though I inherently don't go to shake a woman's hand.
Yeah, because of girl germs.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have to
cooties.
have to do a quick germ lock.
But I'm wondering whether I don't think women would hold their hand out to me as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I want to know. Like, from the other point of view, we can see our point of view, but are girls like, surely there's guys that they don't want to hug. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what do in that circumstance? Because I think very rarely does a girl hold her hand out to me to shake it.
I can't
But-
even think of the last time that's ever happened to
Oh,
me.
it's definitely happened to me on occasion, but I would say majority of the time it's straight for the hug.
Yeah.
But is there an out that girls take?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna have to
Ladies, run in.
continue to analyze my interactions with male and female. I'm about to get a new job soon. Start a new job. There's no professional setting there. That's different.
Nah, I'd hug anyway.
Yeah. You got to hug. Got to go in for the hug. But yeah, I mean, I brought this up as well because I think I do have that mental battle of like handshake or a hug.
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought it up is because I think that women do have that same sort of problem as well.
Yeah.
Like it's not just from a guy's point of view. It is also from a girl's point of view. But anyway. Interesting. Hey, maybe we should move on. Ooh. Yep.
All right. You want to move on?
Yeah, let's get into podnapping.
Oh my god, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This podnapping is where we nap bud. We take a segment of another podcast or a topic of conversation and we do it ourselves. It's my week this week.
Yep.
And I had been struggling. I asked for some requests on Twitter and I go in and I think it was actually Abigail who suggested to me doing the Dollop, which is some guys who do American history, just American history stories.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd do an Australian history story.
Sure.
Uh,
Is it
and-
racist? Most
and
of them
so-
are.
Actually, yes.
For American
so
listeners
funny
that
that
maybe
you said
aren't that familiar with Australian history, lot of it gets pretty racist.
We're pretty racist.
So in a nutshell, we almost wiped out a population, then refused to acknowledge it for about 300, or not 300, like 200 years. And now finally we're being like, oh yeah, that was, sorry.
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Yes, although this it doesn't relate to Aborigines.
Oh, just racist in a different way.
Just racism in a different way.
Occasionally on a beach we'll have a race riot. That is sadly true.
I saw a post in the Melbourne subreddit of Reddit, and it was
Racist
about
of
this
Reddit.
guy talking about it was an Asian guy, and he was just saying, oh, racism still exists and it's a problem. Actually, I think it was like a post of their Facebook post or something like that. And like they had just got beaten up by 3 Caucasian guys just because he was a Chinese guy. And I thought it was interesting going through the comments and people being like, oh, that's not Australian spirit or whatever. But Australians are really inherently racist.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Caucasians don't realize this. We are a very racist country. Like it's definitely the one thing that I am not proud about this country
The
for.
problem is that they don't realize it. And in fact, I was talking today about the difference between our generation and say our parents' generation.
Yeah.
And this is not all people of that generation, but I think there's a big majority of it. People from our generation don't really care, right? They don't care where you're from. They don't really care what your sexuality is, what your religion is. Who cares, right? That's generally the consensus of our generation.
Except if you're a woman.
Oh, exactly.
Because of the whole handshaking thing.
Yeah. That's
makes me nervous and I don't like it.
That's a minefield we've yet to work out. But I would say people's parents, or even maybe grandparents, they still see everything through race to the point where they'll be like, there was this lovely waiter. He was lovely, and he was Indian.
Yeah,
and it's like, why did that matter? Like, that bit you could have not said.
That's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't have asked.
Exactly. Yeah, that's such a funny point, isn't it? Like my mum's the same. Like she'll talk about people, but always at some point mention their race.
Yeah,
and
it's
crazy.
And
she's not actually saying ever anything bad against them.
No.
But she'll just mention it, and you're like, you don't
being like, I did notice they were different to me.
Yeah, that's right.
It's worth pointing out.
Yeah, she's Italian.
But it's almost like, because I always find it a little bit like condescending that they're surprised. Like they were great and different nationality.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, what's this? What's this thing?
So I'm just gonna read you. I thought I'd try and pick a story that you wouldn't know because the Emu War came up obviously as a bit of Australian history, bit funny.
Yeah.
And but we'd spoken about that before.
Yeah.
I think I'd covered the main points.
Yeah.
We hate emus.
Yeah.
They're dicks.
They hate us though.
They hate us. And sure, they won the war, but did they win the battle? No, that's the opposite. They won everything.
Yeah. People maybe don't know this about Australia, but we are ruled by emu.
Yep. They're on our coins. So,
That's true.
On all our money, actually. Anyway, so I'm going to just tell you. So I didn't really know how to do this, honestly. I just sort of found an article and I edited it very slightly.
Sure.
And I just thought I'd read it because that's kind of what they do on the Dollop, but they have like an hour to do it.
Right.
And
we're
talk
tight on
different
time of
things.
editing.
Yeah, so anyway, this is about Egon Kisch. And Egon Kisch was a communist, an anti-war activist who had gained notoriety in Europe for opposing Hitler.
Oh.
A stance that, though soon to gain widespread popularity, was in 1934 a prime example of the dangerous extremism that the Lions government wished to keep out of Australia.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, hey, well, let's give him the Peace Prize and stuff. You know, everybody loved Hitler.
Yeah.
At one point in time.
Man of the Year.
Everybody tries to push that behind, like they didn't love him, but they did.
Do you reckon there's like, you go to the Nobel offices or whatever, and they have like a mural of all the winners every year? Like, what's 1935?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just a blank
It's
wall there.
No, we didn't give it to anyone. Don't look into it.
Yeah.
If you look into it, you'll never get one.
So Kish planned to visit Australia to speak of his experiences under the Nazi regime, which gave the government the screaming irrits. They refused him entry, but Kish circumvented the ban by the cunning tactic of leaping off his ship onto Station Pier and breaking his leg. However, his belief that broken legs were grounds for entry was ill-founded, and he was returned to his ship. Kish supporters took his case to the High Court, and Attorney General Robert Menzies, the future Prime Minister and eyebrow model, stated that we would determine who came to this country and the circumstances in which they come. A sentiment that would later inspire John Howard and the boat then people. Every Liberal and Labor MP in the country.
Yeah, that has pretty much stayed. Shockingly the same.
Yeah.
Our current Prime Minister, a guy called Scott Morrison, has a thing in his office that commemorates stopping the boats.
Yeah.
That's how backwards ass our government still is.
Yeah. The surrealist humor of the government denying entry to a foreign intellectual for being too vehemently anti-Hitler was droll enough. But it got even better when the government prevented from banning Kish by the High Court, tried to exclude him via the Immigration Restriction Act, one of the most amusingly lunatic laws any country has ever passed. The act stated that anyone who failed a dictation test in any European language could be excluded. This meant that even if one of those disreputable foreigners was so underhanded as to learn English, i.e. the language Australians spoke, the government could prove their unsuitability to enter the country by proving their lack of fluency in, say, Portuguese or Romansh, or any of the other languages that were totally irrelevant. Kish was a particularly difficult case, though, because he happened to be able to speak many European languages, being a widely travelled and well-educated Jewish German Czech. He passed the test in tongue after tongue, and the government was at its wit's end when the solution was found. Kish was ordered to write the Lord's Prayer in Scottish Gaelic, a language noted for being spoken by almost nobody, including Scottish people, such as the Scottish-raised immigration officer who tested him. Kish failed, and Menzies and Lyons high-fived. The High Court rained on their parade by ruling Scottish Gaelic was not covered by the Act, and Kish was allowed in. But history's annals had gained another sparkling chapter. Jeez. To be clear, Australia's government attempted to deny entry to an anti-Nazi activist by use of a law which blocked foreigners from visiting the country if they were unable to speak a language chosen by the government that was not the official or even a commonly spoken language in Australia.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
I'm glad that he got in.
Yeah.
Because we did end up fighting against Hitler eventually.
We decided he was a bad guy.
Yeah. Bet you they didn't acknowledge it was because of Hitler.
Yeah.
Did that guy have anything to do with it? Nah, he's a dickhead.
Nah, don't worry about it. Pretty sure he loved Hitler. Isn't that why we tried to keep him out? Yeah, I think that was it. By the way, did you know he was a Czech, German, Jewish Czech? That's another race. Everybody was like, yeah, he's the worst.
Yeah, that's baffling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that people outside this country have a view of this country that's it's very laid back and everyone's at the beach and everyone's like a bit of a larrikin, like a Chris Hemsworth style, always having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And that is true of, I would say, the average person.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you look into the back end of this country, like the history of it, and the people that run it and the people that have run it,
yeah,
it's super conservative.
Yeah.
Like super
that's
conservative.
Right. Change is a problem in
this
country.
We got like marriage equality very late. We have it now.
That's true. I'm surprised that it went through, to be honest.
Me too, to be honest, because it was a big...
Yeah.
And it cost the government so much money to do it.
Yeah. And didn't we... Wasn't it even the votes were only like 60% for gay marriage or something? Like it wasn't even a...
No, here's the thing.
It was a pretty low...
No, it won pretty fairly. And there was always a sentiment that like in the populace it was like a 70% of people wanted it kind of thing. So that's what speared the it was the plebiscite, it was called.
Yeah.
And then they said, all right, well, to do it's going to cost like $100 million or whatever it is.
Yeah. Rather than just do it, because no politician wanted to just go out and do it because they saw that as
It's like suicide, like
if
like
they
career
didn't,
suicide.
yeah, if they didn't have the backing of the people, full backing of the people, because
Yeah.
they just didn't quite know what the majority was said.
Yeah.
I could have sworn though that the final votes was only like 60% in favor of, which to me is
Yeah,
low.
yeah,
To me,
well-
that is like a really low percentage.
Yeah. I think maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Because like, a lot of the sentiment before it, I guess, was people of our
People
age.
just pro,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
gay marriage, like
and
speaking
then,
out.
And then you had all these, let's call them Queenslanders, who were like, they want what now? I don't think so.
I remember at a time I was out. I was at the casino once, and I was pretty drunk, and I was outside. I was having a cigarette actually, and there was this super drunk bogan
Yeah.
talking with his other super drunk bogan friends, and it was right about the time of the voting. And he starts talking about gay marriage, and I was like, "Oh my god, here we go! This is gonna just be the worst ever." And then he said, "Why don't we just let him get it married?" I could not believe how much I had like judged this guy. He would be the absolute stereotypical guy that's against gays.
Right.
And he was just like, "It doesn't even bother me. What? Like, it doesn't affect me at all. Why are we so?" I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Anywho.
All of that to say that story, while shocking, doesn't surprise me.
yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately, you're like, yeah, that sounds about right. Because that's a very conservative thing to do. Be like, don't rock the boat. Everything's fine as it is. We're fine.
Yeah.
He's going to come and change something. We don't want that.
Yeah. That's right.
Even though the thing
these
is trying to
Nazis
change.
guys are great.
Yeah. Or like, the thing is like, these Nazis aren't causing us a problem. So why would we interfere?
Yeah.
Instead of doing the right thing.
Yeah. Anywho, so now we can get into the AMA. Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Yep. Go on here from Connor. Connor wrote in a couple weeks ago now. And this also entitled Only One Person Read.
Yes.
Last time that was the case and you read it. So this time I'm reading it. It says, hello, gents. I listened to your latest podcast and you pronounced most of the words wrong. Anyway, I have some questions for you today. Doing some would you rathers. So he's got a couple of would you rathers he wants us to quickly spitball.
Okay.
Okay.
You could probably, I mean, yeah, okay. No, just continue.
Yeah, I mean, we both could have read it, but
Okay.
let's not ruin the fun.
Okay.
Would you rather shit 10,000 liters of mayo or shit one Chinese throwing star? I'm going to point something out here, Connor. You've made a fatal error and you've left room here.
Yeah.
You didn't give a time frame on how long we have to shit 10,000 liters of mayo.
Oh.
I'll do that over 30 years.
Okay.
Easy
just
done.
a little bit of time.
Every now and then,
I was-
a bit of mayo on that.
I was going to do the same, but with the throwing star. Just hangs out a little bit more
Oh, okay.
over time.
Oh, I still think that would hurt.
Yeah, it was a joke, Cambo. You didn't laugh straight away, which really made it weirder that I was just going to have a hanging piece of metal out of my ass. Okay. Yeah.
Also, Connor, you don't have to mention the race of the throwing star, man.
I mean, come on, man. We know what a throwing star is.
Yeah, I think we'd both pick mayo.
Okay.
Would you rather pull off your toenails or pull off your fingernails? I'm gonna go.
I
I'm gonna
hate
go.
the idea of that.
Me too. I'm gonna go for vanity toenails because you cover them most of the time.
Yeah. How could
Whereas
I
I would
paint my fingernails if I don't have any?
Yeah, it's true.
Think about that.
And then you'll never feel pretty.
Exactly. So yeah, I think I'd go toenails as
Yeah.
well.
Because
But
I
I think
think-
they would hurt in your
It
in
would
your
all hurt,
socks-
Nelson.
In your socks afterwards, though.
But I would wrap them. I would wrap my feet like a little geisha, and then
Yeah.
slip them into a pair of shoes, and then
Okay.
people would
Oh, so
people would be walking around thinking I have toenails.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Don't want people thinking you don't have toenails.
I just read the next one. Would you rather be kidnapped by ISIS and have them cut off your toes, or kill your mother? I'll lose my toes.
cut off my toes.
Yeah.
I already don't have the toenails, so I may as well get rid of
we
the
are
rest
assuming
of
these
them.
are one after the other.
Yeah. That's right.
I'd cut my toes off.
And you know what? And then I would say the throwing star is a weapon while I'm being kidnapped by ISIS.
Maybe take one of
poop
them
it out.
ISIS bastards out. They're very good and awesome. Very good.
Yeah.
Would you rather have heroin and cocaine at the same time?
Okay.
An 8-ball, I think that is, right? Or eat 23 Big Macs. I'd eat 23 Big Macs just normally.
Yeah. I think I mean, well then in that case, I'd go for the cocaine and heroin because I could easily just go out and get 23 Big Macs if I so choose.
Yeah.
But it's much harder for me to go out and get some cocaine and heroin.
At the same time.
So really, it's just more about like a life experiences thing.
Yeah, that is the combination that killed River Phoenix. Does that
Yeah.
concern you?
How much did you do?
Bro, just one.
Okay, I'll just do half.
Did it once. You've done it.
Yeah.
Would you rather kiss the closest person to you on the lips for 3 minutes
Oh!
or eat your own shit?
Gambo.
Yeah.
Eat my own shit.
Oh, no. That's the most offensive thing you've ever said to me.
Sorry, I thought I was still a hostage of ISIS.
That's true.
I thought I was still in that.
They are not into same-sex relations.
Yeah.
And they would behead you.
You kiss one of these guys. I mean, eat shit or save your life is really what you're talking about there.
Right. ISIS out of the picture. You've been released.
Okay.
Toeless, obviously, but you've been released.
Yeah.
Or you never went through it, but motherless. Whichever choice you wanted to make.
Okay.
So that's out of the picture. Would you kiss me for 3 minutes on the lips, or would you eat your own shit?
I would kiss you, Cameron.
Yeah.
I would eat my shit and then kiss you just for the lols.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I'd be like, Cameron, not only are you kissing me, which is probably uncomfortable, but I've just eaten my own shit.
That would be great, because I'd be like, oh, all right, I'll kiss Nelson, but you chose to eat shit. And then I still have to kiss you.
That's true. That's far worse for me.
But like, this is what I don't understand, I guess, about like homophobia.
Yeah.
Like, I would kiss you for 3 minutes because I know I'm not gay.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
True. Yeah, I don't have a problem with kissing somebody else, a guy, at all.
Yeah.
As opposed to eating shit.
Because I'm not scared. I'm
Yeah.
going to be like, oh my God. Now it's all opened up inside of me. And if you are scared of that happening, you're gay.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
what to tell
probably
you.
true. Yeah. I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, would you kiss a girl or a guy?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if
feel
I had
like
the choice, I'd
yeah,
kiss a
exactly.
girl. Anyway, I said, thanks for reading. And I think the best animal to ride into battle is a giraffe. So that's obviously something we talked about. We came up with a megalodon.
Yeah.
Being dragged by what was it being dragged by? A
mule.
Yeah. But Connor, you can ride into battle with us on your giraffe.
I have a question. Very important. If you're riding into battle on a giraffe, are you sitting on its head or are you sitting on its shoulders?
I'm clinging on halfway up its neck.
Halfway up, mate. That giraffe's gonna have a sore neck.
I know.
That's
No.
for sure.
I'd be on the shoulders.
Yeah.
And then he ends.
I'd be on the top. I'd be on his head. Because shoulders, that's boring.
Oh yeah, it's true.
I want the height advantage.
Yeah, it's good because you can hold on to. They've got two little like horned things on top of there. Hold on to them.
Yeah.
I learned mostly about giraffes because in Australia, for some reason, thinking about it now, it's weird, but we learn an anti-drug program via giraffe.
Right.
A guy called Gerald the giraffe comes around to your school. Is it Gerald?
I only vaguely remember that. I
Anyway.
don't even know if I did. I don't
Oh, you
think
didn't do
I
it?
did that,
Okay.
but I've heard of it.
In the 90s, for some reason, there was a trend of a giraffe teaching you not to take drugs. But he was a cool guy. He wore sunglasses. He ends the email with something I like is becoming a trend. He says, might be your favorite, Connor.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Jury's out.
We don't know.
You are the only Connor we know. So by default, as we've had to say to Abigail, you are the best one. But that does unfortunately mean you are the worst one.
And the worst.
Yeah. Double. You know what? introduces to a new Connor.
Yes.
Problem is they might be better than you. In which case you're just the worst Connor.
Yeah.
But if you can find a Connor worse than you, then you're the best Connor.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of. Used to watch Angel, and his son's name was Connor, and he was an arsehole.
Yeah.
So my opinions of Connors in general, not great.
But that would make Connor that wrote in your favorite Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me,
okay.
To me, you're still both.
Okay. Okay, I have one here from Ryden, and I actually thought that yours was going to be like this. I thought the Connors was going to be like this, and it
Because this
wasn't.
also
Anyway,
did have the preface.
don't
right.
read. Don't,
Only one of you
person
read it.
Yep. So Ryden said, "Here are a few Canadian words.
Oh, great.
I'm not sure if these are super common or not, but loony."
So wait, so these are words that people want the definition of, or what I think the definition are.
Yeah.
Loony, like crazy.
Nope. It is $1 coin.
Oh, okay. A loony, okay.
I don't know how to pronounce this. 2Q, or TQ, TUQUE. 2Q,
Yeah, like toque.
Tuke. Yeah, maybe it's like Tuke. Yeah.
What does that mean? Is it money again?
Grab your Tuke.
Good. Oh, okay. Wow.
You know,
Balls.
grab your Tuke.
Yeah. What's
it
a
just
toque?
says another word for beanie.
Okay, toque.
Didn't know
Okay.
that. Yep.
We're probably pronouncing that wrong. Please let us know.
Yeah. Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. That's like a ruckus, I guess. Like
Yeah.
something went wrong.
Which is also
there was a
Australian.
kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Something went slightly awry.
They've put a commotion or fuss.
Yeah, great.
A mule pulling a megalodon would cause quite the kerfuffle.
I think it wouldn't. It would
because
what
death and destruction.
to all our enemies. Let alone when we got a giraffe next to us,
Yeah, that's right.
ridden by maybe our favorite Connor. We don't know. The data pool is too small.
Skookum.
Skookum. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes, they have an example.
Okay.
Gentlemen, you are skookum.
Is it like awesome? Like you're great?
It does say exceptional or impressive.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty skookum at this.
You are. I think you.
That really
it's
helped
funny
that
that
you
you went
gave
the
me the
glass
example.
half full there. And, okay, here's another one. Click. He's put click/click. One with C spelling, one with K spelling.
Is it like is it like a group of people that hang out? Is that what?
Because
that is a that's a
that's
clique, isn't it?
CLIQUE.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of this.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't use it as much. But you would you would have seen like movies and stuff where the military use it more.
Oh, it's like a distance thing. Like
Yeah.
however many clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what the click is?
Like
much-
what the
how
conversion is?
how much a click is?
No idea. I don't know what a mile is. I was in America at the start of the year, and they're like, "That's just a quarter mile." I'm like, "Cool," and then I walk away. And Stacey's like, "How far is it?" I'm like, "I have no idea.
Yeah.
It might be really close. I have no idea."
Yeah. I always think because
Yeah, weirdly, I know this because of the TV show Red Dwarf. Whenever they're in the spaceship, everything is in clicks.
Right, yeah. But it is kilometers.
Okay,
Click is a kilometer.
is it really?
Yeah. Which
I know those.
think does. I
So
think
is
it's
it
funny,
one
right?
click is
It's
1 kilometer?
Yeah.
Right.
He's put example. The train is chugging 8 clicks per tube.
I think you'll find it's 12, but okay.
Does that mean a chugger is a click, which is a kilometer?
That's a slow chugger.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that for a few minutes, and then, yeah.
But I think it's interesting, right, that the military or anybody doing anything like that has to get accurate measurements and stuff will use the metric system.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to let you
Yeah.
Americans
All right,
know.
yeah.
I want you to know.
Yeah, they're
Even
like-
your army, your government and your army, they use kilometers
When they want to be super
when they
accurate
want to be
and
accurate.
efficient.
Yeah, and something that's globally accepted.
100 meters in a click.
Yep.
Yep.
It's very easy. Anyway, the Poggy.
Poggy.
Or Pogie?
Is it a food?
Pogie. No.
Ah.
It is slang for unemployed.
Oh, okay.
Look at that Pogie.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
What are you, a Pogie? Get a job, you Pogie.
Oh, come on, man.
I like it. Glitch. Oh, no, sorry, not glitch. Gitch.
Gitch.
Yeah.
To me, that sounds like garish, like something's gitch. I mean,
Mm.
like, oh, those curtains are gitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, it's underwear.
Underwear.
Yeah.
Ah.
Get your gitch on, you
we-
Pogie.
We just call them undies,
Yeah, that's true. Undies, yeah.
which is such a sing-songy way to say it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing sexy about being in your undies.
Yeah. Or check out her undies.
or her gitch.
Oh, that
Yeah, it sounds worse.
kind of sounds gross. Anywho, that's it for the
Wow.
Ask Me Anything.
I did very badly. And I have relatives that live in Canada, so double is offensive.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. You're not going to be welcome
Give
there.
me something I know. Give me a Tim Hortons. I know what that is. He was a hockey player and now he does the coffees and the donuts.
Yeah. If you would like to write into us, you
Timbits.
can do so. Reddit podcast, readit podcast at gmail.com, or Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit. They're all readit podcast.
And you can specify, though you don't have to, that only one of us reads the email.
yeah, that's true. That's what Ryden did is by Facebook.
Yep.
Connor did it by email.
Yep.
We had some other people last week that did it by our subreddit.
Yep. One guy left
many choices.
Sent a messenger.
Send it on.
If you can work out
that's
how to
what I
get it to
meant.
us by
Yeah.
Morse code, we will learn Morse code.
I won't, but Canberra will. He's just said it now.
Yeah.
So somebody send something through on Morse code.
Send an email that's just dots and dashes.
And what else?
Well, if you could tell a friend about the podcast, that would be
Yeah.
great. But also, if you do like the show, please do subscribe, because subscribing is actually how we get to more people, because that's what shows us on charts, and that's what shows us in like categories and stuff like that, is people subscribing.
Yeah.
So it actually does mean a lot if you
Yeah.
subscribe.
And also, I think another way is leave your phone at home one day.
Yep.
Have it playing the podcast
Yeah.
on repeat.
Yeah.
Get thousands of downloads.
Yeah, that's really handy.
It can't help. I mean, it can't hurt. So
Yeah, and sometimes, like, for instance, I know I've got this at the moment. I upgrade my phone, but I still have my old phone just sitting in a drawer. Set it up, playing on repeat.
set it up playing on repeat.
It's so easy.
It's all you need is PowerPoint and the old charger. You're not even using that old charger anymore.
Yeah.
You got a new one with your new phone.
Yeah.
So
Or
It's
if
pretty
you
easy.
want something just slightly easier, just rate us.
yeah, I suppose you could rate us too.
And the easiest rating to give if you're going for easy is 5 stars, obviously.
Yeah, it's closest to
Yeah.
your right if you're right-handed.
Yeah.
And if you're left-handed,
It's so much fun to
Don't-
do 5 stars.
write in instead.
If you're right-handed, rate us 5 stars. If you're
Yeah.
left-handed, send us an email.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the rules. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.